What's up? I'm going to give you the challenge real quick. It's who can turn $1,000 into $10,000. Show Chris and I a plan. It's likely, and yes, speed matters. I would expect somebody could do this by the end of the year. No problem. If you, there's a lot of ways you can do it. I gave you examples. If somebody said, well, I'll buy $1,000 car that's I know about, that's probably worth 2,000 if I fix it up. I'm going to detail it, clean it up. I'm going to put it on Car Gurus or something. I'm going to sell it for 2,200. I'm going to profit $1,000 after all said and done. Then I'm going to do that 5 times to get 10,000. They could show us how they're going to do that. That might be one way. Another one might be somebody who has a $400 service. They do cleanups or something for lawns, and that gets them started. That gets them a blower. That gets them a helper. They go, they do one job, they take that profit, they go get more. They feel like they can get a bunch of jobs. You could absolutely get to $10,000 by the end of the year. Um, I have an example of a guy who did pressure washing. He was a friend of mine. He was on some hard times. He was talking about it. So I said, here, I'll give you $800 if you could show me how to do it. He did it. He made money and he's still doing it. And this is like 7 years later. We make up all this like nonsense of like why we can't turn money into money. And one of my pet peeves is just guys who say, oh, if I had $1 million, I'd turn it into 10 million. It's easy. No, it's not. What is easy is turning 100 into 200, 1,000 into 1,500, 1,500 into 2,300, and so on. But the same person that can do that, they can become a millionaire. It's the same thing I did, right? First, I was turning $50 into 100, 100 into 300. This is what I was doing when I was really young. And then you just keep going. And yeah, then you can do it on a bigger level. But $1,000 into $10,000, if if you already have a W-2 or you have a business on the side, to do that by the end of the year and just stack it, for some guys, that's a waste of their time. That's okay. They don't need to be in the challenge, right? But for some other people, if they said, I woke up on Christmas morning, I had $10,000 that I was not planning on having, it's sitting in an account, that would be that would be really rewarding to Chris and I. We'd like to see that. Plus, you get to be in the boardroom for a month free, where I give Chris and I give tons of ideas. All the stuff I just said that I did along the way, I tell people how to do it and how to implement it in great detail. And you can ask me questions, so you can come in there for free. It's a no-brainer for somebody who's on the rise, who wants to do this. In 2008, some of you guys know my story. I was in trouble. If somebody had done this, I would have wrote up like a 3-page thing on how I could have did it. I would have made $10,000, and it would have been a huge difference for me. I would have loved it. That wouldn't have stopped me from doing anything else. It would have just accelerated it. If you think you can do that, message me. Write up a really good reason on how you're going to do it. What's the strategy? What's the timeline? All of it, execution. Almost like you're going to Shark Tank and you're going to say, hey, and then Mr. Wonderful, Mark Cuban are like, yeah, he's going to do that, right? As opposed to just, hey, I'm going to just send this guy a text message on Messenger, like 2 paragraphs, like, yeah, I'm going to do it. Because I might think you're not going to do it. It's competitive. We're only picking one guy. If there's incredible ideas, maybe we'll probably pick two. But just like this pull-up challenge, the guys are like, oh, I'm going to do it this weekend. It's over. Matt Larson, Jason Stewart, up early in the morning, knocked out their pull-ups. That's how it is. That's how it is in life. If you want something, go get it. If you guys want this challenge, message me. I'll tell you exactly how to send it. But it's going to be due your entry October 21st. Or we're going to pick it by October 21st so you can get it in. Write it up. It could be 1 page, it could be 2 pages, whatever you're going to do to convince somebody, hey, I want to give this guy $1,000, because it's very likely he follows that plan and turns it into $10,000. Too many guys talking. Let's do it.